Huh. I don't know what's going on here.
Oh, yeah? You like four
This is
non-blondes?
pissing me off. It's on my end, so don't try to fix nothing.
Can you hear me?
I can slightly hear you through the phone.
Ah, okay. Hi, Andrea, Donna, Christine.
I'll be right back.
You'll be right back. Hey, Chris. How's everyone doing? Yeah, I did call it. Wasn't that hard to call, honestly. See if Jill is back here. Thank you guys so much.
Can you hear me this time?
Yeah.
Too? Okay. Hello, everyone. you never know with this shit.
I know. We got the lady with the sunglasses back.
Yes, I do have to find a picture without sunglasses so we can use it.
Well, then you'll just be the lady without sunglasses.
Probably, yes.
I like the sunglasses. You look like you're in Top Gun.
Hello, Brian. Hello, everyone. Sarcastic sister.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. I'm just letting people come in here for a minute. To everyone on TikTok, thank you for joining. Um, Hi Jobu, how are you? Thanks for doing that video for me. Hi Robert.
Shit, I gotta go in on TikTok. I forgot.
So as you can see, the market is up 2,125 points. We have it streaming on the live, so we don't have to go Google it. Cool, huh?
Absolutely.
Last time I looked, oil was up. It had been down like $3 all day. It was up a couple of bucks. RBOB was up. Natural gas was up like a lot. Everything's up because Donald Trump came out and put a pause on the tariffs and claimed victory, much like I said he would 2 days ago. What I did not know was that this morning he gave people a heads up. I didn't know he came out and said it was a good time to buy. Hours before he paused. Well.
So I seen somewhere that Amazon, well, I didn't see somewhere. I searched it after I seen it. Amazon is canceling orders from China.
Probably.
They are after that 125% tariff that he put on them and their tariff they put on us. They better not cancel my speakers.
Oh, man.
They didn't ship yet.
I don't have any current things en route from Amazon, so I gotta do something.
I know my speakers are made in China. That's why I paid $25 compared to $95, right?
Exactly.
They better not cancel that. They better not cancel that.
Oh boy. Oh man, it's been a crazy day. Another thing that was weird is the markets jumped over 2,000 points before the announcement was made. If you go back on my TikTok, I make a video where, hey, the market's up over 2,000, and there was like no reason why anywhere on the internet. There was no headline. He hadn't made the announcement yet. Isn't that weird? So I post that video. 2 minutes later, he makes an announcement after the markets had already skyrocketed. So it appears a lot of people knew about it beforehand. Because I spent a good amount of time looking for why the market was up over 2,000 points, and it was not anywhere because it hadn't been announced that the tariff thing hadn't been announced yet. How's your day been, Jill?
Not too bad.
Not too bad?
No, it went kind of smooth. I'm scared.
Do what?
I'm scared. It went smooth. Like everything was going like I needed it to go.
Oh,
So I'm a
wow.
little scared.
Yeah. What are you scared about?
I don't know because everything's going so smoothly. That is not normal. That is not okay.
Well, let me break out my Kelly bingo.
You're Kelly Bingo.
I hope y'all
Listen,
got
I
6
slept
hours.
last night.
Huh?
I slept last night. I got up this morning. I did the roast is on. I put it on last night, but I mean, I got everything prepared for it. Everything's just going so well, and I'm scared.
It's strange to you, huh?
Yeah.
You're like, what's happening? This is so foreign to me that terrible things aren't happening.
That's terrible.
Ain't it though?
Yes.
It's like you're upset because you're so averse to change. Like you're so used to bad things happening to you that you're upset that bad things aren't happening to you.
Yeah, I'm upset that everything's. See, the whole week has been just like a whole mess, and then all of a sudden, it's everything's going so well, and I'm like, what's about to come?
Yeah.
Yes, like Chris Mack said, the other shoe always drops. Yes.
The other shoe always drops. In this case, the other croc always drops in this case.
Oh my God.
The croc is on the other foot. Because of the tariffs, I could only get one croc.
I better get my speakers, I swear.
So what is next? Investigation? Is there going to be an investigation? No, right? There will be no investigation into insider trading or market manipulation. That's not going to happen. Unless it's done, I don't know, maybe by the Democrats in the House or someone else. It's certainly not going to happen from the DOJ. Hi, Lorianne.
Hi, Lorianne.
Wayne, thank you all so much for joining us. Another thing that I personally find this very concerning, and nobody's talking about it, was the executive order that Donald Trump signed yesterday. Basically pointed right at Gavin Newsom and potential criminal prosecution for the environmental policies in California. And it's to me, it's insane that nobody's talking about it. I don't know if they just don't like register or if they don't understand what that executive order is, but it was very plain, right? The United States Department of Justice is going to investigate. The Department of Justice is the law enforcement arm of the executive branch. They're going to investigate the policies, environmental green policies, right? They didn't use the word laws because they can't investigate laws. So they used the word policies. They used the word criminal. They used the word blue states. This is Gavin Newsom all the way. This is 100% going after Gavin Newsom. And nobody's talking about it. It's just,
nobody wants to talk about it.
well, it's weird. You know, the president comes out and we're going to investigate basically how a state determines their policies. And we're going to investigate them and potentially prosecute them criminally for the policies of a state.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody's
So
said a word about it, but me.
I'm thinking maybe he's coming after Shapiro as well, because we just won in court. He took him to court for that money, and that he owes, and we just won, and he is bigly mad.
He's bigly
Shapiro's
mad.
been, yeah, I'm sure he is. Shapiro has been really on his case, so I'm sure he's part of it too.
Yeah. So, in addition to the executive order, Congress is also going to try to move themselves to eliminate California's policies, specifically their CARB and environmental policies, their EV mandate, their emissions rules. They're going to try to eliminate all of this stuff. And so how this works is California's emissions rules and their CARB rules and all this goes well beyond the purview of the Clean Water Act or Clean Air Act. And so in order for California to implement these policies that they have to receive exemptions from the federal government. And they received those exemptions under the Biden administration and also in prior times in history. So they've gotten everything they were supposed to get from the government, from the EPA, from Congress, whatever, to enact these regulations in their state, because our government views California as a different kind of place because it's got so many people and so much pollution and had so much smog. So they basically allow them to write these rules and policies and pass this legislation that is much more stringent than we find in the Clean Air Act, right? Because that's a federal law. And in order for a state law to circumvent federal law, you know, apparently they need these waivers and exemptions in place. They're going to go after all of it and try to put a stop to everything California's doing. Now, I don't at all agree with almost any of California's policies, but I do believe in states' rights and their right for their people to vote and vote in the people that enact policies and remove them if they don't like them. This is what the democratic process is about, right? So if the people of California don't have a problem with what's going on in California, then I don't either, right? I don't really have a problem with clean burning fuels. It's the EV mandates and other stuff that I think are too go too far. But that's up to the people of California to decide, not Mr. Global, right? So, you know, no harm, no foul as far as I'm concerned. It's their state, their people. And now the federal government's going to come in and try to override the people's will in that state. Which opens up a whole can of worms, obviously.
Yeah, they have a right to do that in their state. People want it. They're okay with it, those people.
Yeah.
And the ones who are not are moving to Texas. So
Yeah, I think it's nuts, but I do think he's, you know, a lot of people are talking about Gavin Newsom for 28, and I think that's why they're doing this. They're going after him now, right?
So Jeff says Gavin stole 23 billion homeless fund money. If he could just put the information right there in the chat that he just commented on, that'd be great. Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah. Just got to prove it, right?
Yep.
It's really hard, I don't know if Jeff knows this. It's really hard to hide $23 billion.
Right, it is. It is.
Yeah, I mean, what is it in train cars? Like, where's the money?
Well, that's almost like Trump saying that the people who were protesting got money from Uncle Soros. I always call him that. But what do you say? They got like $1 billion each. Does he even know how much that adds to?
No, they don't know. They don't know about zeros. Zeros are a thing, and the more zeros you have, the bigger the number is. They don't understand that. And, with all that being said, if Gavin Newsom did something illegal, then he should be prosecuted for it. But $23 billion, great way to discredit your side's entire narrative by saying something so ridiculous. You could have said Gavin Newsom stole $2 million. Made it a much smaller number. It's the same offense on paper, right, as far as the severeness of the crime. You're going to have to learn how to spread conspiracy theories so they sound more believable. You walk around saying someone stole $23 billion, you don't sound too highly intelligent.
So, Jeff, you're going to have to provide proof of that. Not you think we're just going to be like, Jeff said so it's true. No, we're not. Provide the proof.
Ralph Wilson, thank you so much for the super chat. Could coal take market share from natural gas in the United States? Not a chance. Not a chance. Now, natural gas is so much bigger than coal, and natural gas destroyed coal without any help from the government. It's cheaper, it's cleaner, it's easier. It's just an overall better fuel than coal. Nothing Donald Trump does is ever going to save coal. That's not a thing. We export somewhere between 15 and 20% of the coal we mine now. But coal-fired plants are closing almost daily. Like, coal's been going away for a long time, and Donald Trump can't save it. Because no matter what Donald Trump does, the businesses still have to determine what they're going to go with. And they're not going to go with coal. They're not. A business deciding to build a coal-fired plant in the United States would be like an automaker deciding to design a new buggy for horses. It's just not a thing. So there is a small, but, coal industry that's still left in the United States that I believe our exports will continue to grow as we use less and less, but other countries use more and more, and we continue to mine it. But as far as coal ever competing with natural gas, that's not going to happen. It's just not. It's not a thing.
So Jeff moved from homeless, taking it from the homeless to the bullet train. Real quick turn there you made.
Jeff, you keep posing questions and want us to explain your claim. You claim Gavin Newsom stole $23 billion, and then you keep asking us these questions for us to explain things to you. Your job as the person making the claim is to explain how Gavin Newsom stole $23 billion. Not ask me why there's more homeless people. Not ask me about a bullet train. You're just throwing hypotheticals out there to try to get me to answer your question. That's not how this works, right?
That's absolutely right. And that's not how we do things around here.
So, Jeff, you just destroyed your own argument. You said there's $19 billion missing, right? And nowhere to explain that. If there's nowhere to explain it, then why did you explain it by making the claim Gavin Newsom stole the money? So you can either explain it or you can't, right?
It's either true or it's not. We don't do bro.com.
Yeah. I want to hear about your conspiracy theories about as much as I want to hear about your religion. I don't give a shit, Jeff. I do not give a shit about your conspiracy theories. We don't do that here, okay? We're in reality here, okay? This isn't the Rush Limbaugh show. This isn't Fox News, okay? We operate in reality. So take your flat earth, sky is falling, chemtrail bullshit ass somewhere else. I don't want to listen to it.
We're going to get rid of Jeff, but before we do, he says, you guys are the true believers. Can't change that. We're the one who believes him. Yes, we're the true believers. Jeff can't have any proof of anything, but he believes what he hears. But we are the believers. Oh, God, I can't take conspiracy theorists. Jeff, you have to go. You're getting on my last nerve.
Poor Jeff. Someone give Jeff Bob's number.
Jeff is gone for good.
Bye, Jeff. Where does Jeff think he is? What does he think? This is TikTok?
He must.
Does this look like a Reddit chat? Or I don't even know what they call it on Reddit. Oh, man. Trust me, bro. Yeah, bye, Jeff.
Yeah, I got rid of him for good.
It's
He ain't coming back.
It's always some guy named Jeff, you know? Jeff and Becky. Where's Becky?
We are not going on the Becky thing again.
Do you think Becky's looking at the stock market right now? Do you think Becky is upset about the tariffs?
Yes.
Yes, Joe Boo, I do remember when Jeff was here. It was 90 seconds ago. Thank you for that.
Who's Jeff?
Huh?
Who the hell's Jeff?
Jeff is Becky's brother. Jeff is Becky's brother. Oh my God.
He's so lost in the call. He thought we were going to argue with him.
I know, right? So, Jill, I got to...
I mean, go.
No, you go.
I was just going to say, I don't even remember what I was going to say. Just go.
So I got a very
elevated.
interesting DM this morning, and I wanted to ask you about it because, you know, I don't keep up with the times. I don't know how people talk anymore. I don't know what some of these sayings mean. You know, as you go through time, you get older, people are saying things and you don't know what it means because it doesn't mean what it used to mean.
Right.
So I've been trying to figure this out all day. Because I think it's something dirty, but it may not be. But so this lady messaged me and asked me if she could make me pancakes. What does that mean?
Does she think you're slugger?
You
Like, 'cause, yeah, like, no, I'm not.
just
So it means
I
it's a euphemism for, yes, dirtiness. It's a euphemism for like, um, see, we're on
oh
TikTok.
boy. Oh
You know,
boy.
for uh the thing. Oh my God, how do I put this without saying it on TikTok? Because we are on TikTok, and that is a word. So it's euphemism for having, you know what I'm talking about, right? So that's what that is. That's what that means.
Okay.
So she wants to know if she can
But I don't like
hang
pancakes.
out in your bedroom. Hang out in your bedroom,
Yeah.
That's
That
so
that
I would.
that's not a thing.
So you were correct on knowing what it meant.
Well,
No, Joe Boo, I am not saying it.
some people have pancakes for dinner, right? I
And
don't
some
know.
people have pancakes in bed.
I just thought it was weird, you know. Can I make you
Well,
pancakes?
that's exactly what that means.
I mean, I prefer, bacon and eggs. But
Joan said it means she needs pancake batter. That is a very good way to put
stop
it,
it.
Joan.
Stop it, Joan. Stop it. Right now.
Joan is hilarious.
Cease and desist.
Joe Boo said, "Ask for waffles." No, you don't want to do that.
No. This is a blue waffle free zone right here, okay? This is no. Not a thing. Whew. Have we hit the bottom in the market? I don't know. I mean, it's up 2,700 points right now, so we got a long way to fall, It was just so odd. No one's ever asked me that before, and I didn't know if it meant something totally different because I'm old. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm older than you.
Yeah. You are. That is true. I forgot about that.
Yeah. And Christine, I probably was blushing but you still have to be careful what you say when you're on TikTok.
This reminds me of the story with my wife that was telling people to go Netflix and chill.
Oh my God, I remember you telling me that story.
Yeah. It's a great story.
It is absolutely. Right now.
Yeah, it's like the greatest thing ever. It is literally the greatest thing ever. So for a very long time, we also work in real estate. We have a real estate business, and my wife had no idea what Netflix and chill meant. Like she had heard it, but it was one of those things. She didn't know what it meant. So every time she would sell a house, they would go to the closing, and she would tell the people, "Hey, you guys can go Netflix and chill in your new house." And but she didn't know what it meant. And then this went on for and none of the people that work with us, or any of our agents, or the people at the title company, or all of our friends, because this is a bunch of friends and family that do this together, none of them ever told her what that meant. They just let her keep saying it day after day after day for
They
2
probably
years.
It was funny.
Yeah. For 2 years, she's telling people to go Netflix and chill, basically. And then finally, one of the people she told that at a closing said to her, "Do you know what that means?" Because they were like Jehovah's Witnesses or something. And they told her what that meant, and she didn't have a good day that day because she was remembering the last 2 years of telling people, basically to go home and pound one out, right?
That was a good way to put it.
I mean, that's what she was telling them,
Right. But I'm saying that was a good way to say it.
Yeah. Watch a little Judge Judy, go to Pound Town, She had no idea. Anyway, a classic story, right? So the pancake thing, I was like, is this a thing like Netflix and chill that I don't know what this means? Like, what is this?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Yeah. Well, these kind of things happen to old people, right? Just does. What can we say? I love having this screen up here, this being able to input from the web. That is so cool.
I like that too.
Yeah. It actually looks like I know a little bit about what I'm doing all of a sudden.
Well, I think you do now at this point.
Mr. Global just said Pound Town. Well, yeah. I mean, that's a common term, right? That's a term we all know, right? Hi, David. Welcome to the live.
It kicked me again.
It did. You get kicked all the time on here.
Yeah, I don't know why. I have full bars.
So, Jill, remember the other day?
Yes.
When I bought that stock and I didn't even know
Yes.
what I bought? I made a bunch of money on it.
What the hell? You should have told me I bought a little bit of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Heck yeah. That's what I'm going to do from now on. I'm just going to Google. Let me look it up. Oh, wow. It's up 26% today. Yeah, so I bought it at 23 and it's headed towards 31 today, so that's good.
Better cash out before it drops.
I should have bought more of it, huh? I didn't buy that much.
Yeah, you should have bought more, but how are you supposed to know?
I don't know. Probably made like $1,000 on it. It was like not a lot of money, but thank you, Donald Trump. I lost 80,000. I lost 80,000 in my 401k, and I made $1,000 on a stock. That's awesome. Although I bet my 401k came back today a lot. So, but I'm not going to look at it. What do you think of Trump's coal doctrine? It's not going to do anything, just like you said right there in your comment. The railroad you work for sold 3/4 of its coal fleet, locomotives and coal hoppers, and they say it's never coming back. It's never coming back. There's nothing Donald Trump can do to save coal. It's not a thing. He tried to save coal last time he was president. That didn't work either. I don't sell stocks, Jill, so I guess I didn't really make any money. When I buy something, I just keep it forever. But
get rid of it.
no, If I sell it, I got to pay income tax on it.
Yes, you do.
If I hold it for a year, I can just pay the capital gains.
Right.
If I sell it right now, it'll cut my profit by a third. I'll keep it. It was super cheap. I can't imagine I'll lose money on it. There's no way. Jobu says, I'll trade you loss amounts. You know, Jobu, I'm going to tell you a story later that's going to make you laugh, Jobu. I don't want to talk about it on the live. It's a little too personal, but I come really close to losing an extraordinary amount of money, but I didn't. So I'll leave it at that. But coal-fired Teslas? No.
What?
Gerald, coal-fired Teslas. A lot of people are asking about oil and gas. Wholesale RBOB wholesale gas prices have recovered about 15 cents today. They're still significantly lower than they were. The price of gas at my gas station is still the same price it was a week ago. It has not dropped 1 penny. The national average price for gasoline has dropped a penny. 1 penny since the wholesale price dropped over 40 cents now. Last time I looked, oil was way up. So we'll see what happens. Let me put oil prices in here. Oil's up $3, 62.41, but it's actually up about $6 because it was down $3 for the day before it went up $3. So that's a $6 move. Yeah, it moved from where's that number? It moved from 56 to 62. So yeah, $6 move. Thank you guys so much for the gifts. I really appreciate it. California gas prices will remain high no matter what happens nationally. They have gas shortages. It's not good in California. Still haven't reopened the Martinez refinery that I can see. That doesn't help anything either. You think the market will hit 3,000?
That would be crazy.
Can someone make you pancakes? Nobody over here.
Oh my God.
Ain't nobody over here. Yeah, maybe somebody over there could make you a pancake, but there ain't nobody over here making you a pancake. Mr. Global, are we winning yet? No. That's not a thing. But this guy's trying to get, he might win. He's trying to get someone to make him pancakes. So good luck to you, brother. I don't know what to tell you. It could hit 3,000 if Donald Trump keeps his mouth shut. I posted the video on YouTube of the guy bleeping that Jobu made for me. And thank you so much, Jobu, by the way. You didn't have to do that. I put it on YouTube. I thought it was hilarious. Every one of those cuss words is now a bleep. And the video starts with just one long bleep because like the first 4 words he says are cuss words. Does Donald Trump know when I'm live? Is that what's going on, Jill?
I was just, oh my God, I was just going to ask that. I was like, he is speaking again during your live. This will be the third time. Watch the dial. It's about to drop.
That's why I said it as fast as I did. The second I saw that, I knew you were thinking the same thing. I was like racing to my microphone to say it before you did.
I was literally, I was like, oh my God, how many times is he going to go speak while we're live?
I know. Every time Mr. Global and Jill are live, Donald Trump has to steal our thunder and take, right? He has to do a national press conference or whatever the fuck he's doing. I don't know.
He probably was Jeff dying Reed. Jeff was Trump.
At least we get to watch the market while he's speaking instead of having to like go look at it, right?
Yeah.
He said the bond market spooked him. No shit. So I was looking at the bonds. Ryan, thank you for the super chat. Today has been crazy in a good way. It has been a good day. Those of us with 401ks and retirement accounts are still way down, but we needed a good day. Thank you, Ryan. I wonder if Bob made some money today. I bet he did.
Yeah, and then he's about to lose it again.
I don't know. Knowing Bob, he might have shorted today. Everything he sees appears to be the opposite of what he thinks it is. I hope he doesn't buy stocks that way.
So Joe Boo said bonds jumped dramatically at open, which signals a recession.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is true. But the thing is, this won't prevent that. This won't prevent that. If the recession is coming, what happened today won't prevent that. So,
right.
Peter, thank you for the $5 super chat. Thanks, Donald Trump. Freaking gold was great.
So, it's dropping. So he is definitely speaking.
No, it's going back up.
Yeah, I know. I was just saying that.
And so I guess the next question is maybe, Joe Boo, I know you're inches away from a Google machine. Joe Boo, will this be the largest daily increase in history? Because if it is, that will be something that they claim victory on as well. I'm responsible for the largest stock market jump in history. Joe Boo, I bet Joe Boo will look that up real quick.
Keeps kicking me out.
Yeah. He already took credit for that. March 90, I don't have my glasses on. There was a 15% gain. We'll never see a 15% gain in this day and age. But point-wise, I think point-wise, I bet this will be the largest, not percentage-wise, right? And they will claim the point right? Because they know conservatives don't understand percentages. So they will claim the point record if it is a point record. Because when you start talking percentages with MAGA, all hell breaks loose. The Chinese were selling U.S. treasuries. Yeah, I heard they were going to do that. Justin says 2020 was the largest point gain. Okay, Justin, thank you. Yeah, you tear it up and then so you can fix it and claim victory. Who's the lady that unalived her dog? Was that Christy Nome?
Yeah.
You think she popped a cap in her dog and then went and got a new dog and claimed victory?
Absolutely.
Claimed victory with the new dog. Look at this dog. This is a better dog.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like, it's breathing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Christy, no.
She claimed, that it wasn't any good at doing its job.
Right. Take it to a shelter or something, I'm just saying. There's alternatives, right? I saw a picture of her wearing a Kevlar and a bunch of, military gear and a rifle. And 6 pounds of makeup and a Rolex.
Oh, yes.
South Dakota paid for her new teeth? Really? Wow. Winning.
Wow, such nice taxpayers there.
You think South Dakota get me some new teeth?
Yeah, me too.
I don't really need new teeth. My teeth are all right. Well, actually, I would feel better about it if she ate the dog, because you're supposed to eat whatever you unalive.
She pisses me off.
Jill wouldn't have liked it, but I would have felt better about it.
No, she pisses me off.
I can tell you're getting pissed off.
No, she does. She pisses me off. Like, she gets on my nerves.
She wants to make pancakes for Trump.
She probably does.
Yeah, we moved the ladies from Fox News straight into government, Fox News hired a bunch of, attractive women to lure old conservative men to their channel. Mm-hmm. And now those women have moved into government.
It lured in them men, and then the men lured their wives in.
And they all had pancakes.
And they, what? No, they're not having pancakes. Them poor conservative men don't have pancakes.
They don't have pancakes?
No, their wives do not give them pancakes.
What do they have? Malto meal?
They have nothing.
Porridge?
They have a separate bedroom.
Cottage cheese? What are they having?
They have a separate bedroom. That's all they have.
Well, they can meet and eat, right? And then go back.
No, that's not what pancakes are, though.
Hamburger pancakes. Pancakes sound good.
Actually, if you take it to normal eating, hell, put a pancake. Oh yeah, you could use the pancakes as the buns.
Yeah. Would you call that a pancake hamburger or a hamburger pancake?
A hamburger with pancakes.
So do you make the pancakes square, or do you make them normally and then cut the squares out, or cut the buns out? Whether you have them round or square, I guess doesn't matter. How do you do it? Do you make a small pancake and call it a bun, or do you make a bigger pancake and cut out the bun?
I would make 2 smaller pancakes, and that would be the bun.
I would too. You know why? Because if you don't, as long as you use the whole pancake, you make a smaller pancake, you still get to keep the crispy edges of the pancake on the pancake burger.
Yep.
You got to have the crispy edges.
You have to.
Yes. What are we going to do without the 2 billion per day? We weren't getting 2 billion per day. I don't know if anybody knew this. That's not a thing that was happening.
We were getting $2 billion a day, and I didn't know it.
Donald Trump claimed that we were getting $2 billion a day from the tariffs. That hadn't even been implemented yet, right?
I'm going to guess that he is just sitting there at the press conference. He isn't speaking yet.
Are there crispy edges on pancakes? Yeah. If you know how to make them. Yeah. If you make them right. Yeah. There are crispy edges on pancakes. Absolutely. That's what makes them good. A pancake without a crispy edge is like... I don't even know how to describe it. Not anything I'm interested in.
God.
I'm all about the crispy edges on all kinds of stuff.
I'll eat it either way. I'm not huge on pancakes.
Those are crepes. Let's leave the French out of this. I don't know what a crepe is.
Crepe.
Crepe.
And
crepe.
Yeah, and
crap.
No, they're delicious. No, they're delicious. I have my grandmother's recipe, my great grandmother's recipe, and oh my God, they're so good.
The woodpecker is still there. What did I miss? There's a woodpecker?
I'm looking for, I don't see no woodpecker.
Cracker Barrel pancakes are crispy. I'm not eating pancakes at Cracker Barrel. Nah. I don't eat pancakes at any restaurants, by the way. That's not a thing. Because I'm very picky. I'm not a super big fan of pancakes, but if I am going to have pancakes, I have to control the way they're made for me to like them, right? So I don't go to IHOP or these places and order pancakes. It's not a thing. They're usually too thick, too dry, blah, blah.
Someone said crepes are gross. You're not filling them with the right stuff. That's what the issue is. You're not filling them with the right stuff. What are you putting in there? What are you rolling up in them crepes that they're not good?
Dying Breed says, I've never been to a Cracker Barrel. I wouldn't recommend it, Dying Breed. I've been a few times, but that's because I was with other people that wanted to go. It's not as great as it's not as good as it's cracked up to be. When I do
I've
go,
never been there either.
Yeah, when I do go there, I get breakfast just like bacon and eggs and toast. But it's supposed to be this amazing restaurant. It's just not. Home cooked. It's not. They do have some cheesy hash browns that are top notch. I will say that. I love their cheesy hash browns, but it's more of a hash brown casserole quiche type thing. But those are good. But other than that, I can pass on the Cracker Barrel. Totally pass. Christy Gnome's soul left her body the first time Corey Lewandowski entered her body, and it hasn't been since. Wow. Man, Corey's packing heat.
I'll say.
I love mom and pop restaurants. I'll go to mom and pop restaurants all day, every day.
I like them too. We used to have one around here, but it closed down. We have to find another one.
What do I think the futures market will be for tomorrow? I have no idea. I would ask Ryan Dubé in the YouTube chat what he thinks. I'm not a stock market person, okay? And so I'm very careful about the things that I tell people because I don't want to lead anyone in the wrong direction. I'm not a stock market guy. I'm not. That's not who I am. So, but we do have people that come in here and spend time with us that do work in the markets and related to markets, and Ryan's one of them. But I couldn't tell you what the markets are going to do tomorrow any more than I could tell you about something else I don't know about. I feel a certain responsibility to people. Like, I don't want to tell anyone something I shouldn't. So if Ryan wants to give us his opinion, he seems to be very knowledgeable in that. John Didier, thank you so much for the super chat. How do drilling companies make money when their rigs are parked? Drilling companies don't make money when their rigs are parked. They don't make any money. There may be some contractual stuff in place. A drilling company can have a contract with an oil company for, say, 5 years or 3 years or 2 years. Whereas if they get released, before the term of that contract, a lot of these contracts will be structured where the oil company can get out of it without having to pay. But if the drilling company, if they construct their contract in a way where they can offer discounts in lieu, or not in lieu of, but they can offer discounts and say, okay, if you pull out of this contract, we get some sort of compensation afterwards for some period of time, and they trade that for discounts. That could be a potential thing that's in a contract. But generally speaking, when drilling companies don't work, drilling companies don't make a dollar. That's just, a drilling company is no different than you or me. When they don't work, they don't get paid. They're not like oil companies who have wells producing 24/365. It's not the same thing. They don't have any revenue streams when they're not working. And that is pretty much the case with most service companies that don't offer some type of subscription-based service, which a lot of them do now. But yeah, they don't make any money. They don't make any money when they're not working.
Juju is a bronze member.
Thank you for that super chat again, John. Thank you so much. Juju, thank you for the membership too. There's a ton of ways to make money in the oil and gas industry, but drilling companies, man, they really struggle in times like this. So Ryan says, and Ryan's in the markets, right? Ryan says he has no idea what's going to happen tomorrow either. And this is one of those areas, I think Ryan and myself can both agree on this. People ask me things, during these times, what's going to happen with this? What's going to happen with that? And in the back of my head, I'm thinking, this has never happened before in history. How do I predict what's about to happen when you have no historical context? Because, a huge part of being knowledgeable and having the expertise to be able to predict what's going to happen moving forward is based on what's happened historically and understanding how everything has always worked out historically. These are historic times in that none of this has ever happened before. So it's really difficult for people to predict what's going to happen next when nothing that is happening has ever happened before. So it makes it really hard. Ryan says or asks, Mr. Global, the shale boom can be credited to the power of innovation from deregulation on producers, allowing the free market to focus on better technology. Would you agree? I would agree that innovation and technology absolutely contributed to the shale revolution. And some deregulation, right? Through large parts of the shale revolution, there was a lot of regulation. But the innovation and technology and a lot of these things, some of those things were born during periods of deregulation, and some of those things were born during periods of really high regulation. But it really is technology and innovation that spurred the shale boom and the shale revolution to occur, and just at the right time, I might add, because with the demand for energy today, if the United States had not gone through the shale revolution, there's no telling. We'd be paying probably $8 a gallon for gas if not for the shale revolution, if we're being honest. If we were producing what we were producing in 2005, oh my God, oil prices, natural gas prices. Wow. Gas prices would just be through the roof. So, and a lot of people don't really appreciate what the shale revolution has delivered to the people because they never saw the consequences of it not occurring because it occurred. But if the United States was producing 7 or 8 million barrels a day less right now, because that's what it would be producing if not for the shale revolution, there's no telling how much money you'd be paying for a gallon of gas right now. It'd be at least $8. It could be 10, and a lot of people don't realize that. They don't realize how fortunate we were to have those technological breakthroughs. I would too, Chris. Chris says, I would love to see what members of Congress made today in the stock market. I would love that. I would absolutely love that. But here's the thing, Chris. There's a thing out there called the Stock Act. And those members of Congress, they have to report what they made today. It will be public information.
I would like to know that too. There goes Wilson. Is that Wilson?
So there's people out here digging up my backyard. Wilson's probably losing his shit.
I thought it was Wilson.
Oh, it didn't quite make it to 3,000. 29.6286. 29.6286. Mr. G, do I have to break down and get a 4-cylinder car this summer because of gas prices? Or can I keep driving my 87 Olds? You can keep driving the Olds 442. They're not going to go up that much. They'll probably, if all of this stays calm and works out, they'll probably go back to like where they were before this started, around 230. Maybe. Like I said, unprecedented times. So hang on just a minute.
Mute. Don't forget to mute. And he didn't put us on pause or mute. Well, hello, everyone. I'm here by myself right now. He did forget to mute. He did. I tried to remind him. He didn't listen. Can you hear me? I am talking. No, definitely not. I am not in the pipe, Mr. Smarty Pants. I am not in the pipe.
I'm back.
Yeah, he's back.
Sorry about that. Jill, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I didn't go nowhere. I was trying to talk, but I'm like here by myself, you know.
Yeah, gas prices, they're not going to, I mean, they're going to rise, but they're not going to be, you can still drive your 442. With the hearse shifter. Yeah, they're turning my gas back on, so.
Oh, thank God. Finally get your gas back on.
Well, just to one part of the house.
Well, that's better than none, I guess. Is it at least where your hot water tank is?
Yeah, we'll have hot water and heat on this side of the house, not on that side of the house.
Oh.
They moved the meter to the house from the alley.
I got to get him to move mine.
Yes, you
I don't want to
do.
do it your way, though. I don't want to do it your way, though.
Why?
The way you did it was a bunch of leaks. I don't need that.
Well, I mean, you need a leak.
No. I don't need to pay for that, all that work.
I'm going to, what in the world?
Chuck said, now that your gas is back on, you can make pancakes.
Yes, I can. Heck yeah. Of course. Let's go to we'll pull up an after hours trading chart. All right. I can't see that too well, but
It hasn't showed up yet for me. I'll let you know how I see it. You don't have your glasses on.
let's see.
Yeah, you can't see that.
I wanted to see if it shows. If there's a way to scroll. Scroll the browser down. It's all right. So what else? The jump in the stock market. The 90-day pause on tariffs caused the jump in the stock market. Elon Musk wants to send people to Mars by 2029. Should we send him? Seems like he'd want to go.
Absolutely. I think we should try to send him. Convince him to do it.
How long was that trip? Is it like
A long time.
4 years or something?
Something like that. I don't even remember. But listen, if we can convince him to do it by telling him that that's what alpha males do, maybe he will do it.
Does he claim to be an alpha male?
Yeah. They all think he's an alpha male, and he wants them to think he's an alpha male, whatever alpha male is. I don't know. But, yeah. Joe Boo says 9 months to get there and just over 3 years to return.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I was just looking at that. And that's because you would leave at a time where when you arrived, it would be as close to Earth as possible.
Mm-hmm.
But you couldn't stay there long enough to get back when it's close to Earth because it would take so long for the orbits, so it takes a lot longer to get back. Because you would be that much further away when you left. Does that make sense?
And look at his age. Like, if it took that long, yes, we should send him. We should convince him that it's the right thing to do.
Do you think the TikTok shop goes away before TikTok due to the tariffs? I have no idea. I really don't. I have no idea. I don't really look at the shop much. I haven't looked to see if stuff's a lot more expensive yet.
So there's a new conspiracy theory out there I seen today.
Oh, great.
That the TikTok shop isn't showing up for everyone or for anyone in the United States. But it is. I get TikTok shop still. I still see TikTok shop. And when I seen the video, someone saying it, I was like, what are you talking about?
Huh. Let's take a look, see. See if I see it. Yeah, it's still there.
Yeah, that's what I said. They must have broke their, they better do an update on their TikTok because that's probably the issue. And they're like, let's start a conspiracy because I didn't update my TikTok.
I mean, I don't know how much.
Look,
Yeah, I don't know how much stuff is. Let me look, see if stuff has gone up.
I should see if my speakers went up since I bought them.
It does look like some of this stuff definitely went up. Yeah.
Oh, my speakers went up.
Did they?
Yes, they did.
So what's funny is so this chainsaw's twice as high, but it says it's 40% discount.
So mine is now the speakers are $36.99. Yes, I bought cheap speakers.
Jeez Louise. God won't leave me alone. Where were we?
Someone said Tesla stock down $3 after hours.
Yeah, so these items on the TikTok shop are definitely more expensive than they were. It's just funny that they're still claiming that something's got a 40% discount that was twice as much as it was yesterday. But this one's the same price.
Yeah.
Some of the things are the same price, but some of them are not. Maybe this stuff is already been sent over here in his warehouse somewhere before, the tariffs kicked in.
Yes. That's what I'm hoping with my speakers, but they never shipped them.
How much did your speakers go up?
$4.
Oh, that's not bad.
No. But it still went up. I'm glad I bought them yesterday. Oh, they shipped. Okay, they'll be here.
They what?
My speakers shipped finally.
Did they ship and fall back in it?
Huh? What did you say?
Did they ship and fall back in it?
Listen.
Yeah.
They were not shipped earlier.
Yeah. I know.
I was thinking I wasn't going to get them because Amazon said that they're going to cancel orders that came from China.
Yeah. Now you're
They
getting
must
them.
have already been here. Yeah, they must have already been here.
Yeah, no, TikTok won't be sold to the United States, and Donald Trump will just keep extending it until Congress doesn't let him anymore. What speakers back in the mid 70s, they were like 500 a pair. I can just imagine what they are now. I had a massive set of those speakers.
Me too.
I don't remember what I paid for those things, but they rattled all the windows in my house. These things were massive. They were probably 4 foot tall. These things are huge. Biggest ones I'd ever seen. That's why I bought them. My stereo took up half my living room at one point when I was first out of the house. I had a few domestic disturbances calls from my loud music. Just a couple, you know.
Amazon can refuse delivery. They said that they were going to put a stop on things that were coming, that was going out from China. And that's why I was worried about my speakers, because they didn't ship yet. They were just sitting there. And they're supposed to be here tomorrow. And I was thinking that my speakers were going to be one of the items that didn't get shipped, but they shipped.
Well, that's good.
And I know they're made in China. It doesn't say that on there, but at least I didn't see it. But I know they are, because I chose to get the cheap speakers.
So oil finished up nearly $3. It had been down $3, so that was a $6 swing. It was like 62.50. Someone was asking about oil. Natural gas up 30 cents, about 9% to $3.76. And RBOB, which is like the wholesale price of gasoline, up to 204. So, and that's a big swing because it was below $1.90. So that was like a more than 15-cent swing, I believe. My speakers actually had built-in dollies. They were so big. They had a set of wheels on the back, and they had a handle on the top where you could lean them over like 45 degrees and dolly them around because they were so massive and heavy you couldn't pick them up.
And here you are, you buying cheap now.
Huh?
Won't even buy the picture frame TV, but you bought them speakers.
Well, that's the difference between 21-year-old Matt and 51-year-old Matt.
Exactly.
Because if I had taken the money I'd spent on that stereo and invested it, so how much did that stereo cost me? Like, I could have turned that into $100,000 pretty easy. So if you look at it that way, that stereo cost me $100,000.
Don't look at it that way. That's a bad way to look at it.
That's exactly how you have to look at it. A rich man taught me how to look at that stuff. He was the
I'm talking about.
He was the wealthiest guy I ever knew. He never bought a new car his entire life. He would buy 6, 7-year-old cars, and that's what he would drive. Like, he never bought a new car. But nowadays, a little speaker, well, not super little, but a much smaller speaker will do what those speakers used to do back 30 years ago. And actually sound better. So
the ones I bought will not do that. They are cheap, but they'll work for the sound that I need. I'm not watching movies on my computer, so they'll work.
Yeah, they're computer speakers.
Right. And I'm not watching any movies on there, so.
Right. Yeah, you're not listening to Pink Floyd on those speakers.
Well, sometimes I do, but nothing. It's not to jam out. It's just to play music and clean the house.
Right.
But if I decide to ever do that, watch movies from there, then, maybe one day I'll get the better speakers, but I ain't doing it until I ain't paying that. No, because them same speakers that are better are like $80 compared to what I paid.
Right.
But that's why the other ones only lasted for 8 months. They were even cheaper.
Oh, well, Jill, you ready to wrap it up? I got a lot of stuff to do. God, I still got to make
Oh yeah.
I still got to make a video for that company.
Oh yeah, you better do that.
What is today? Oh, I got 2 more days. I'll get it done.
Wednesday, right?
I got till Friday. They're waiting
You
on
better
it.
get it done today.
They're waiting on it, and I'm putting it off.
You get it done today.
Yeah, they get it done today. It's hump day. Yeah, Joe Boo, we know. Thank you all so much for joining us today. Thank you for the gifts and the super chats and everything else. Jill?
Thank you, everyone, for coming in, and have a great Wednesday. And I will text you to make sure you did that video later.
I'll do it.